Hey there, this is Women on the Brink. I'm your host, Chris Jeffrey, a registered acupuncturist and wellness advisor with a passion for helping women live happier and more balanced lives. When I'm away from work, I'm usually outside in nature, either walking the seawall or I'm hiking in the mountains. And like many of you, my life has been filled with moments of hardship, some that I thought I couldn't overcome and really left me questioning my own strength. But through these challenges, I discovered resilience, courage, and a renewed sense of purpose. So I'm here to share not just my journey, but the lessons I've learned, and to remind you that no matter what obstacles come your way, there's always a path forward. And just to let you know, this podcast is not prescriptive, it's an offering. So please take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Hello, and welcome back to Women on the Brink. I'm really glad you're here today. We're leaning into the energy of fall. It's fall here in Canada, and we're going to look at it through the lens of traditional Chinese medicine and exploring how this season touches our emotions, our bodies, and our hearts. So, wherever you are, settle in, whether you're walking, driving, or cozying up with a cup of tea, and let's explore the wisdom of fall. So, in TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, each season has its own energy, and fall belongs to the metal element. So, think of the trees releasing their leaves and the air becoming crisp and the days shorter. It's all about letting go and creating clarity and refining what's truly important. So, the organ systems linked to fall are the lungs and the large intestine, and both are about exchange, taking in what nourishes us and then letting go of what no longer serves us. So, the lungs breathe in life, giving air, while the large intestine helps us release waste. And together, they remind us of the sacred cycle of receiving and releasing. Emotionally, fall is connected to grief and sadness. And this doesn't necessarily mean that something is wrong. It's just simply the season's natural energy coming through us. So, grief, when allowed, really clears space. And it's like the autumn wind, it's sometimes really sharp or it's sometimes soft, but it's always very transformative. So, many women that I work with share that fall brings a certain heaviness. So memories are resurfacing, and maybe it's feelings of loss or change or simply a tenderness in your heart. So in our culture, grief is often rushed or hidden, but in traditional Chinese medicine, grief is part of balance. And to feel grief fully is to be alive and to honor what mattered and to create space for what's next. So I invite you to think of a time when letting go felt hard but necessary. Maybe it was a relationship, a job, or even an old belief about yourself. And I mean, I've been sharing a lot of these old beliefs about myself, really trying to rid myself of my feelings around shame. And it hasn't been easy, but honestly, with time, the release gives way to some clarity. So that's the teaching of fall. And there's a few plants that can actually be our companion in this season of letting go. And one of them is rose. So rose petals are really nice in a tea. They really help soften the heart. The fragrance can bring comfort when grief feels really sharp. And rose also reminds us that beauty and pain can coexist. And then there's chamomile. And chamomile is soothing and calming, especially when sadness makes us like restless or tense. And so a warm cup before bed can relax the body and invite, a peaceful sleep. And then there's lavender, and lavender is really uplifting and balancing. So its aroma clears heaviness and invites lightness and perspective. So just a few drops of lavender essential oil on your pillow or in a brewed tea from its blossoms can really help lift spirit and make things feel more easy. And honestly, even together, the three of them can create a trio of softness and ease and release. So if it feels safe, I invite you to just pause for a second wherever you are and just join me in a short little practice here. So close your eyes if you can. Maybe sit down somewhere, lay down somewhere, and just take a slow, deep breath in through the nose and a long breath out through the mouth. And again, inhale and exhale. Now imagine you're standing in a grove of tall autumn trees, and around you, leaves are gently falling. And with each inhale, breathe in what you need most right now. Maybe it's strength, maybe it's love or peace. And with each exhale, release what's ready to let go. And that could be fear and shame and tension and old stories. Just do that a couple of times. Like, just really feel it. And breathe in maybe abundance. Yeah, and let go of scarcity. And bring in calm. And let go of that grief or that sadness. And just do this a couple of more times. A breath in, breathe in what you need. And let go what you don't. When really we're just kind of recycling energy. Couple of more breaths. Let it go right deep into this pit of your stomach, up through the chest. Feel your whole chest expand with the inhalation. And then just exhale everything all the way down into bottom of your stomach. Yeah, feels good actually. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes gently. Come back to wherever you are. So as the season turns and things get colder, our bodies crave warmth and comfort, and fall invites us to nourish ourselves in ways that match the energy of the earth. And traditional Chinese medicine reminds us that soups and stews and slow cooked meals are especially supportive for the lungs and large intestine. So, think root vegetables, carrots and squash and parsnips and yams really ground us with their earthly sweetness. And grains like rice and oats bring just a steady energy. And then we can use warming spices like ginger and cinnamon and garlic, which really help to keep our qi moving as the air grows crisper. And here in Canada, we just celebrated Thanksgiving, and this is a time when we gather with people we really care about and share food and reflect on the blessings in our lives. And the harvest season fills our tables, and it also fills our heart with gratitude. And gratitude is one way we can soften grief and create more balance, because it reminds us that even in the season of letting go, there's still so much to be thankful for. So if this episode resonated, I'd love for you to share it with a friend who might also need support this season. And if you'd like more reflections in living in rhythm with the seasons, stay connected with me through Women on the Brink. So until next time, take a walk among the fall leaves, brew yourself a cup of chamomile or rose or lavender, and just let the wisdom of fall move through you. Thanks for joining, and I want you to know that this isn't just a podcast, this is a movement. So share this information with your friends, and let's go, ladies.